And welcome to Accessible Chair Yoga with Jennifer. Okay, let's just begin by placing our hands on our tummy. You can take a nice deep breath in. Just feel your navel expanding. And exhale, feel it contract. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Lovely. Bring your hands to heart center. Nice deep breath in. Raise your arms up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, release. Hands to heart center. Inhale. Inhale, exhale, release. Hands to heart center. Nice deep breath in. Raise them up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, release. Let's do two more. Hands to heart center. Inhaling up. And then exhale, release. Final time. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Raise your hands up to the sky. Big stretch. Inhale, exhale, release. Lovely. Let's take our hands out in front of us. Interlace fingers. And just stretching out through the shoulder blades. Reaching out in front of us. Take a couple of nice deep breaths in and out here. And then inhale, raise your arms up to the sky, big stretch up to the sky. And if you're able to do so, just turn your palms to face the sky. Push through the wrists. And then release. Let's do that again. Bring hands to heart center, interlace fingers, stretching out in front of you just at shoulder height. Feel that stretch between your shoulder blades. And then inhale, raise your arms up to the sky. Big stretch here. And if you're able to, you're going to turn your palms up towards the sky. And stretch. Inhale, exhale, release. Okay, taking your arms just out in front of you now. And then I just want you to feel your scapula, so just feeling the back of your shoulder blades, just opening up ever so slightly, just opening up between your hands. And then what I want you to do is feel like your arms are like a couple of levers. So really thinking about moving that scapula. We're going to open up and then come together. Feel like your arms are a couple of levers opening, and you're really connecting. The movement is coming from that shoulder blade. Opening up wide, coming back to center, and then opening up wide, and coming back to the center. One more time, and then coming back to the center. Lovely, and release your arms. Okay, we're going to take our hands, interlace our fingers, place them behind our head now, and then we're going to gently tilt forward, pivoting from the hips, looking down at our feet, relaxing your head and your neck, allowing gravity to take over, just stretching through the back of the neck. Take one more breath here. And then come back to the center, back to your mountain pose, and release your hands. Lovely. Taking your right hand now, we're going to place it on our left knee. So that's coming across the front of your body. Left hand is coming to your left hip, and you're opening up through the chest. Left hand side, looking over your shoulder on the left hand side. So we've got a gentle serpine twist here through the spine. Just starting to warm up that spinal fluid. Ready for your practice this afternoon. And just use your right hand as a bit of a lever, just to push gently against that left knee, and opening up through the chest. And let's come back to the center, back to your mountain pose. We've got our left hand now coming across to our right knee. Right hand is coming to your right hip, opening up through the chest, right hand side, looking over the shoulder, right hand side. Again, just using your left hand as a bit of leverage on your on your right knee, beg your pardon. And then gently coming back to the center. Okay, we're going to do a version of a child's pose now. Now taking both your hands up to the sky, big stretch, and then pivoting from the hips, lengthening through the spine, through the crown of the head, reaching forward and down. Stretching, stretching, stretching as far as you can possibly go. And then when you reach your chest to the top of your thighs, just bring your hands down to the floor and let your head and your neck relax. Keep it, one more breath here. And then gently rolling up through your vertebrae, stacking one vertebra on top of each other and coming back to your mountain pose. We're going to do that again. So nice deep breath in, raising arms up to the sky, big stretch. Think about pivoting from the hips and lengthening through the spine and through the crown of the head, pivoting forwards and down. Doesn't matter where you get to. It may be that you can only reach out in front of you, or maybe you can only get to this position, but we're trying to get as far as we possibly can, and with each inhalation, exhalation, just try coming a little bit deeper into the pose. If you do manage to make contact with your chest onto the top of your thighs, each breath is just going to give your abdomen a little bit of a massage. So while you're here, just enjoy that, breathing through, inhaling and exhaling. And then gently coming up through the vertebrae, stacking each vertebrae on top of each other before we come back to our mountain pose. Lovely. Okay, we're going to take our right hand now and place it across the front of your knee. So really try and lean into the position. Oh, hello, Chester. You're going to lean into that position with your right arm. Left arm's going to come out to the side just at shoulder height. So just stretching out to the side at shoulder height. Lovely. We're going to take that left hand now and sweep it all the way down to your ankle, or as far as you can reach. If you can only reach your knee, that's fine. The side of your calf, or your ankle, the floor, whichever you can reach to. Take your choice of option here, being gentle with yourself and listening to your body. And then we're going to sweep that left hand back up to shoulder height. Stretching out to the side, just thinking about stretching through the shoulder blades. Nice strong core. And then stretching that left hand down back to your ankle, or your shin, your calf, whatever you can manage to reach. Take that arm back up to shoulder height. And then stretch it down to your ankle. This time we're going to take the stretch all the way up to the sky. So we're going to follow it all the way through, past shoulder height, all the way up to the sky, opening up as much as you possibly can. Take your gaze up towards the sky. Up there on the left hand side. And then final time sweeping it all the way down to your ankle, left hand side. Lovely. We're going to gently come back into our mountain pose, stacking those vertebrae one on top of the other. And we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So we've got our left hand this time coming across the front of our knees, right arm's coming out to the side. Just stretching out to the side. You can take your gaze out to your right hand if you wish. Keep your gaze forward, whichever you prefer. Big stretch out to the right hand side. And then we're going to take our hand all the way down to our ankle on that right hand side. And then stretching back up to shoulder height, right hand side. And then taking your hand down to your ankle, your shin, your calf, wherever you're reaching, right hand side. And coming back up to shoulder height, stretching out to the side, nice strong arms, core is engaged. Taking your hand down to shoulder height. Sorry, down to your ankle, beg your pardon. I was listening to the trains then and I was hoping that it wasn't being too much for my audio. Lovely. This time we're going to take our hand and sweep it all the way up to the sky, opening up on the right hand side. Take your gaze up towards the sky. Such a glorious afternoon out here. Excuse me closing my eyes occasionally. Really opening up, using that left hand as leverage on your right knee. Really opening up through that shoulder. And then final time, sweeping the right hand all the way down to your ankle on that right hand side. Lovely. Gently coming up through the spine, coming back up into your mountain pose. And we're just going to roll through the shoulders now, because that was a bit of work through your shoulders. So I just want you to lift your shoulders up towards your ears and then roll them back through that scapula, just squeezing shoulder blades and bringing them down. Let's go once more in that direction, lifting them up towards your ears, squeezing them back towards your shoulder blades and releasing them down. And we're going to go in the opposite direction. So let's start by squeezing those shoulder blades, bringing them up towards your ears and rotating them down in front. One more time, squeezing through the shoulder blades, lifting your shoulders up by your ears and then bringing them down in the front. Lovely. Okay, going to do some work on our legs now. So first of all, we're going to lift up our right leg. You're going to interlace your fingers, place them underneath the thigh, and then sitting up nice and tall, find your sitting bones. We're going to make some circles with our right leg. So we're just opening up now, clockwise direction. Don't worry if you went in the opposite direction. We're going to go in the opposite direction anyway. So either direction is fine. Chester, 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 sweetheart, sweetheart, no. Sorry, my cat. Chester. No, my cat is rubbing his face on the tripod. And as you can probably see, the phone wiggled a little bit there and nearly fell over. Wow, what was that? Was that a butterfly? Something just flew at me. So this whole working in nature thing is interesting. Lovely, nice big circles, opening up that hip flexor. Lovely. Okay, we're going to take that leg, interlace our fingers, bring it up to your chest as much as you possibly can. Doesn't matter if you can only get it to here or here or here. Bring it up towards your chest. What's important is that you try and do the best you can. So we're going to rotate through the ankle. Clockwise direction to begin with, and then anti-clockwise. Lovely. And then we're going to stretch our leg out in front of us. If you need to support it, you can take your hands and place them. Oh, I've got a little spider on me. Hopefully it's a money spider. There you go, sweetheart. Off you go. Okay, so taking your hands underneath, you need a bit of extra support. If not, you can place your hands on your hip or you can hold on to the edge of the chair. And we're going to flex and point our toes. So pointing and flexing and pointing and flexing, pointing and flexing, point and flex and point and flex and point and flex. One more, point and flex and release. Well done. Hello, Chester. Oh, and you've got a playful kitten at home. Sweetheart, stop it. Okay, moving on to the left leg now. Lifting up, interlacing fingers, placing them under your thigh on the left hand side. So we're going to make some nice big circles as we did on the other side. There we go. Just really thinking about opening up into that hip flexor. Using your forearms to support the weight of your leg. Lifting it up Okay, let's go in the opposite direction. Fabulous, well done. Okay, interlacing fingers in front of the knee, bringing it up towards your chest, sitting in your mountain pose, nice and tall, and then we're going to rotate through the ankle. Let's go in a clockwise direction to begin with. And then in the opposite direction. Gosh, it's so warm out here. It feels like midsummer. Just for prosperity, it is coming up for the end of March, so beautiful, glorious spring day. Lovely. Let's stretch that leg out in front of us. Remember, if you want to, you can add a bit of support underneath your thigh. Otherwise, holding onto the chair, hands on your hips. We're going to point and flex our toes. Pointing and flexing. And pointing and flexing. Pointing, flexing. Pointing and flexing. Point and flex. And point and flex. Let's do one more. Point and flex and release. Fabulous job. Lovely. Okay, we're going to come back to our arms now. We're going to take our arms out in front of us. We're going to take the right arm over the left arm, and then we're going to lift it all the way up to the sky. And down. 2 and down. And 3 and down. And 4 and down. And 5 and down. And 6 and down. And 7 and down. Going for 10, nearly there. And down is 8 and 9. Last one. And 10. Lovely. Release. Give your arms a little shake. Okay, just briefly going back to the legs. We're going to lift our legs up and do some marching. So in your own pace, lifting up right leg, followed by left leg. And just try and make good contact with the soles of your feet. Holding onto the chair if you need to. Couple more, right, and then left. Fabulous. Right, taking arms out in front of you again, this time left over right arm, and lifting up is 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 9, almost there, and last one's 10. Big stretch, and down, lovely. Okay, coming back to the legs now. We're going to take our legs out in front of us, both legs this time, taking right over left, and we're going to do 3 sets of 6 lifts. And between each set, I want you to keep your legs elevated, okay? So starting with your legs down on the ground, lifting them up to 1, and down, and 2, and down, and 3, and down, 4, and down, 5, and down, 6, and down, and then we're going to take them back up again and keep them elevated for a moment, just really engaging those thigh muscles. And then starting the next set. Here we go. Down in 1, down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, down, and bring them back up, keeping them elevated. Final set to go. And then we've got down and 1, and down and 2, down and 3, down and 4, down and 5, and down and 6, and release. Well done. Uncross your legs, give them a little wiggle. Fabulous. Right, coming back to the arms now, we're going to do some equivalent front crawl swimming. So for those of you who've done front crawl swimming before, you'll know that you're going to be lifting, stretching all the way forwards as your right arm's coming down, left arm's becoming engaged, lifting up to the top, right arm's following through, and we're stretching up and forwards each time. Big stretch. Rotating through the arms, keeping your core engaged, stretching forwards. Lovely. Last one. Big stretch forwards to the right hand, to the left, and then coming back to center. Lovely. Coming back to our legs. We're going to take them out in a V shape. You might like to just hold on to the edges of your chair here. Okay, and then we're going to bring them to center and open. So really engaging that core, bring them to center and open. Bring to center and open. And center and open, bring the center and open, bring to center and open, come back to center and open, one more time, center and open and release. Fabulous. Okay, lovely. So we're going to come back to doing some work with our arms now, but we're also going to engage our legs in this process. So taking your right leg out, stretching out in front of you. You might want to sit back a little bit on the chair to give yourself a little bit of support. The further the chair is underneath your thigh, the less difficult it will be to lift up that leg. So taking arms out in front of us, both arms stretched out, foots engaged right hand side, lifting both arms up to the sky. Engaging core, bring them down. Keeping that leg in place, lifting up and down, lifting up and down, lifting up to 4 and down, and lifting them up and down, and that's 5, and release. Well done, lovely. Very nice work, everybody. Okay, same thing other side. So we're taking left leg out, stretching through the heel, pushing away. Nice deep breath in, taking arms out in front of you. And we're lifting the arms up to the sky and down, and up to the sky and down, up to the sky and down, and final time all the way up and down and release. Lovely, very nice. Okay, let's do some marching through the feet, lifting right leg up and then left, followed by right and left. Just remember to really make contact with your whole foot on the floor and get that blood pumping to your vital organs. Working at your own pace. If you want to go a bit more quickly or a bit more slowly, that's no problem. Lovely, coming to a standstill. Okay, sitting up nice and tall in your chair, bring your hands to heart center, and what we're going to do now is we're going to pivot from the hips forward. We're going to take our hands as far as they'll reach down to the floor. So we're diving down between our legs, pivoting from those hips, stretching down to the floor in front of you. Just let your head and your neck relax. And then we're going to open our arms up through the chest, nice big stretch. Squeezing shoulder blades at the back of your body, and then come back to center. Let's go again. Diving your hands all the way down, big stretch forward and down. Opening up through the chest. Squeeze shoulder blades at the back of your body, and come back to center. Let's go again. Coming down, 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 deep as far as you possibly can. Oh, opening up through those hip flexors, and opening up through the chest, squeezing shoulder blades, and coming back to center. We're going to do 2 more. Diving down. Big stretch. And opening up through the chest. Squeeze your shoulder blades. And coming back to the center. And here we go, diving down. Opening up through the chest. Squeeze shoulder blades at the back of your body. And then come back to center. Very nice. Alright, back to our legs again. Remember, you can sit towards the back of your chair if you need a bit of extra support for your thighs. Stretching your legs out in front. This time it's going to be left over right. Holding on to the edge of the chair if you need a bit of extra support. And we're going back to having 3 sets of 6. So we're taking our legs down, and this is the start of the first set. Lifting them up is 1, and down, and 2, and down, and 3, and down, and 4, and down, and 5, and down, and 6, and down, and 7. Whoops, so keep them up. Getting carried away there. I'm just watching my kitten destroy a paddling pool in the corner of my garden. Lovely. Coming up for our second set. Here we go. Taking your feet down to the ground. Lift them up is 1, and down, 2, and down, 3, and down, 4, and down, and 5, and down, 6, and down. And let's take them up. Keep them elevated. Really engaging those core muscles. Lovely. Coming for the final set. Here we go. Taking them down and up is 1, and down, 2, down, 3, down, 4, down, 5, down, 6, and final time. There we go. Taking them down. Release your legs. Give them a wiggle.
Stop ignoring me. I almost fell.
Lovely. Coming back to the center. Okay, bring your hands to heart center. You're going to inhale, raise them up to the sky. Big stretch up and forwards. And then we're going to inhale, exhale to the right hand side. And then returning back to the center. Inhale, exhale to the left. Coming back to the center, big stretch up to the sky, and release your hands. Okay, we're going to do that one more time. Bring hands to heart center. Inhale, raise them up to the sky, big stretch up to the sky. Inhale, exhale, fall to the right hand side. And come back to center. And then over to the left. And then come back to center. Inhale, exhale, release. Okay, we're on the home straight now. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, raise your hands up to the sky, and exhale, release. One more, hands to heart center. Inhale, raise them up to the sky, and exhale, release. Namaste, everyone. Thank you very much for coming. I hope you enjoyed your accessible yoga.